Well, hello everyone. This is Grace of gbmaltese, and I thought I'm going to work on my pillow a little bit today, and I want to do that with my friends. So here we are. I'm on the other side of the wing and thought I would do the color that I worked on last time on this side of the wing. So let me get my little drills here ready and get started. Now, I don't think I made myself very clear last time. I do not have a light pad on. In fact, I didn't even turn the other little lamp on. I just have the overhead light on. I can see this just fine without it. I haven't even tried it with the light pad under it because I haven't needed it. So, I'm very, very pleased with the quality of everything. From the drills to the canvas to the pillow, everything. It's just great. So, may work on it some without being on camera. We'll see. I've been doing some other things besides that. I've been actually doing a little bit of coloring, and yesterday, I spent, let me see, I went to the school around 9, I got there around 9:15, I guess. I'd spent the morning doing some other things, and then I went to the school, and I was there till, let me see, I guess I got home around 1:30. So it was a long day, and I was starving when I got home, and just started grabbing whatever I could find to eat. I was getting pretty hungry, because I usually just, I'd gotten up, I think around 7, and went ahead and ate breakfast, so I was getting pretty hungry, because I'm not used to, I'm used to eating whenever I feel like it, you know? So I was hungry, and I was just too tired to try to do a video. I was just bushed. I've been talking and walking all around the school and talking to different people, so I thought, well, today we have been having some rain here in Texas, and it has cooled things down. It's quite lovely. I know down in Houston they really don't need a whole lot of rain. They flood so easily, so I'm hoping that will ease up on them. I'm about 70 miles northeast of Houston, so we're not in a flood area where I live. Now, people who live close to the river, the Trinity River, or in some that are on Lake Livingston, might get flooded. Usually on the lake they don't, because they open the dam and let the water rush out into the river, and the people below the dam might get flooded. So it's no fun. But we haven't had rain in so long that at this point in time we are not in no danger of flooding that I know of. That could change if it keeps going. But it has cooled things down, and it's been nice to get some rain. It's been very dry. In fact, the grass has been turning brown, and things just aren't looking so good. And I've said once before that we have quite a bit of land, and it can't afford to water all of this. So it's nice to see it get a natural drink of water. Very nice to see. And the hummingbirds we've had quite a few hummingbirds lately. I think they're getting ready to move on down south for the winter. I mean, it's not by no means like winter here, but I know it's getting cooler up north in some areas. Not real cold, but they start usually September, October. They start their journey south, because it's quite a long journey. I believe they go to South America. I think they go to Brazil. I don't know. My husband's the one that keeps up with all that stuff, but he loves seeing them, and he makes his own hummingbird juice, and we've been watching them. They're on the front porch, and I keep, when it's not, the sun isn't bright and shiny, I'll open the blinds so we can watch them on the porch in the evening. It's pleasant to watch them. Those little boogers, they like to fight each other. People think, oh, hummingbirds so sweet. Not so much. Now, when they're getting ready to migrate like they're doing now, they don't fight as much. They are more concerned about getting that food into their body. So they are really tanking up. It's a long journey, and they burn a lot of calories. So I hope there will be plenty of food along the way for them. Do any of you feed the hummingbirds? My husband, of course, feeds all the different birds, but sometimes, and my husband's such a stickler, he'll make his own, and all he does is boil 4 cups of water and add 1 cup of sugar to it and let it dissolve, and he turns the heat off and lets it sit and cool, and then he'll pour it into a pitcher or something and puts it in the refrigerator after he has, because he makes quite a bit at one time. So he uses 4 parts water to 1 part sugar. So he's actually putting 8 cups to 2 cups to make a larger amount, because he fills up several feeders. And he changes if they don't eat it within 3 days or maybe 4, depending on the heat. If it's 3 days, he will change it. He pours it out. He says it gets nasty. So he's a stickler to make sure they don't get bad juju, whatever. So our hummingbirds are doing well. They're so pretty. We get the ruby-throated hummingbirds here, and only the males have that ruby throat. But they have both have the beautiful iridescent green on their back. They're beautiful to watch, and they make a noise. They make this weird sound. They're not really singing. It sounds like they're just chattering at each other. And when you're outside, you can hear their wings because they're flapping them so fast. I forget how many times they flap in a second. It's quite fast. Your eye cannot see it. The naked eye cannot see those wings. But they do land on the feeders, which is really cool. They land on there and they sit on there and drink, so you can really see them well. Just beautiful. Oh, and last time I did my painting with my pillowcase, I forgot to mention that I am having my friend Amy sells Color Street nail strips, and notice I usually have my nails done, unless when I was sick I didn't do so much, but they're so easy for me to do. I am rubbish at doing my nails. So this is something Bordeaux. I don't remember. They're so easy to do. I've had these on almost a week, and they still look fabulous. I think I had these on when I did my last paint with me on this. And since I buy so many of them, you should see how many I have. I didn't bring them in here. It's kind of a... but I love them. They go on so easily. Anyway, I'm holding a little nail party, through Halloween. So from now until October 31st, if you order from my link below, you can help me earn some more nail strips. And I'm going to have some giveaways, because the link shows me who has purchased, and that way I like to do giveaways to those of you who might help me get a few little goodies. So that's fun. So if you're interested, just to try one. This month is Suicide Prevention Month, and they have some strips that are for suicide prevention. I'm not sure if they I hope they haven't run out. If they have, I hope they have some more in stock. I haven't gone on there to order those, because I definitely want that. Oops, put that in the wrong place. I want to get that. And October they'll have another one, an awareness one. I don't know which one it will be in October, but every month. And what they do is they send $2 from every one of those packages that have been purchased to that organization. So that's another thing I really like about Color Street. They do focus on helping other organizations that are quite worthy. I know they have had autism, and breast cancer. This one's suicide prevention. They even did one month for animals. And I try to get those every month. I've saved them because they're like, they only had them that 1 month. And I'm bad about just saving some of those because I'm like, I might not be able to get those again. But they probably still have them, but I like to get different one. My favorite one, and they're back again for the fall, is Bloody Gorgeous. That is my favorite color. It's kind of red with black. It's gorgeous. So when I order from that link, I also get to earn points for myself. So I'm going to be going in and for sure getting some Bloody Gorgeous and some other ones. When I go to my daughter's, I'm going to pick up some and so she can try them out. So if you're interested in trying out the color, I did a video on how to take these off and put them on, and other people have done videos. They're so simple. Now, nail polish and I can do my toenails because I can use my right hand the whole time. Even when I'm using my right hand, on my fingernails, for some reason, I get all over the place and make the biggest mess, and I got streaks, and then I always touch it to something, and then it chips. I've had these on almost a week, no chips. So they last a long time. I think the longest I had a set on was 16 or 17 days. Usually I change them out because I just want to put a different color on. I'm just ready for something new. So if you're interested and want to help me gain a few extra strips, I'd appreciate that. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just doing it just kind of for fun and to help my friend out. She used to have a YouTube channel. Some of you, if you do crochet and knitting, might remember her channel, Ming Mao. She also has her Color Street. When you order from that, it will go towards to help her, and it will go to me to help me win some more goodies, some more strips. You'll have to tell me which ones you think I should get. Even if you just go on there to look, tell me which ones you think, Grace, I'd like to see you wear these. So that's something you can just go to look at. Okay, so I told you about that. Several years ago, there were some things called jamberries. Do any of you remember those? Well, I tried those because, as I said, I cannot do my nails, and I cannot afford to go have them done. It's just too expensive. This is much cheaper, and I can change them out whenever I want. I don't need an appointment. I don't have to leave the house. I don't have to dress up. But mostly, I can't afford the other. Let's be honest. I can't afford to keep going and getting my nails done. So I do this. But many years ago, there was a company called Jamberry. And I thought, oh, how awesome. Because they were supposed, to be easy to put on, and they would not chip or whatever. They lasted a long time. Well, I bought a whole bunch of them. The bad thing about those, they were like some kind of vinyl strips, or I don't know what they were made out of, some type of plastic, I guess. The thing is, you had to put it on your nail. You had to heat it. After you get it on your nail, you had to buy a separate heater and put it up there and hold it up there. Come on, heat my nail up, melt it to my fingernail. Ooh. And then you have to take it back and I'd even heat up this silver metal, looks like a spoon thing, and try to get it down to keep it from coming back up. So it was a long process. It was for me. And it was a pain in the butt to have to use that little heater. You know, I tried not getting the heater and tried using my blow dryer and other things. People said you could use heating rice bags. Well, I'm like, this is for the birds. So I did that for a very short while. Then I ended up giving all of my stuff away. I'm like, this is too much work. I'm not going to do it. But I've been doing this now for months, and I love it because it's easy. It's got to be something I can do quick and easy and be ready to go. So, as I said, I have done a video on how I do mine, and in fact, the video that I did was only the second time I've applied it. I'm much better and quicker now. So, if you're interested, I'll put the link below. If you're interested in going looking at the Color Street nails, and if you order from the link I put below, then I will get points to help me earn some strips. And as I said, I can look and see who has purchased, and I would love to do giveaway to those of you. I'll like put your name in a drawing, and who, you know, every time, however many you purchase will be how many times your name goes in the drawing. So if you purchase one, it'll be one time. If you get two, it'll be two times. The great thing about these that I love is if you buy three, you get the fourth one. If you buy three sets, you get the fourth one for free. Kind of like, you know, they do on AliExpress. They have deals. And they have the French manicures. I've not done the French manicures. I've never really liked them, but I might do it one day. But I think if you buy one French manicure, you get the second one for free. So they have deals like that, and they have some beautiful strips. I see so many that I like. They have some out right now for Halloween. They have even some glow-in-the-dark strips. I better not get the glow-in-the-dark. I'm liable to scare my husband. It's bad enough him having to see me laying in the bed next to him. He doesn't need to see my fingers glowing in the dark. So, anyway, enough of that. So, yesterday, like I said, I went to the school. I was so tired. All I could think of was, I'm glad I'm not having to do this every day like I used to. That, it's a long day. And, you know, any job is a long day. But I would get to school every day. Usually I'd be at school between 6:30 and 6:40 because the kids, we would start classes at about 7:15. The kids would start coming in around 7. So about 7:10, they'd be coming to the classrooms. So I'd get there early so I could get everything ready. And then I might leave at 4 o'clock, depending on if I got what I needed done. Sometimes it would be after dark. So teachers put in quite a long day. And then I'd bring things home. So I do work at home. And it's a job that you cannot just leave at school. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to put this all away and I'm not going to think about it till tomorrow. Because you're dealing with people's lives. And you know, I loved those kids. Really and truly. I just think they're awesome. Of course, if you're going to be a teacher, you need to love kids. Let's be real. Let's be real about the thing. If you don't, you are in the wrong profession. So, it was rewarding, but it was also tiring. So, thing I do miss is being with the kids, but I do still hear from kids that I've taught, so that's always great. And those of you who've been with me for a while know about my former student that we have become like family. I call him my nieto, grandson. He calls me abuelita. Well, most of you know that he signed up for the Marines. He took his tests and he passed them all. And so he wants to be in the infantry, because he wants to do recon. He wants to be like a sniper, or I don't know. He's always wanted to be in the armed forces. So this really wasn't a shock to me. Some people were more surprised than I was. Even when he was in my class in junior high, he would talk to me and tell me that he wanted to be in the armed forces. Well, he called me yesterday while I was at the school, and I answered, and he said, I've been interviewed by a investigator. And I'm like, what? What happened? What did you do? You know, I'm thinking, oh my Lord, what has gone on? Why are they after him? It was from the Marines. It scared me half to death. And he said that they're going to do a background check on him, since he is going into, I guess, this branch of the service, because this could qualify him to do Secret Service things and all that kind of stuff. I guess. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But he told me they're going to do a background check, and I'm the first name he put down. Well, let me tell you, that made my heart swell so big with my love for that boy. He's just a great, great kid. I mean, he's 19, okay? He's not a kid, but he is to me. So they're going to be calling me, and they told him, let the people you gave them names, let them know that we're going to be calling, so that they don't get scared when we call and say we're doing a background check or asking questions about you, because they will think, what is this all about? So I said, well, you know, I probably know you better than anyone. I pretty much know everything about Isaac. From when he moved here from Honduras, teaching him English, through one of his baby sisters' bout through cancer, his mom's 2 bouts through cancer, and then her death. Last May 5th was 1 year. So I know him probably better than anyone else that lives around here. So he's really excited. After he's been in boot camp, when he gets out, he will be able to get his U.S. citizenship very easily, because that's one thing he wants, is his citizenship. He was actually here on a visa for child abuse. His stepmother was beating him and his sister. He has a sister who is now 16, and when their mother passed away, she went and lived with their pastor. That was the mother's wish, was for her to do that. And then he's got the 3 younger sisters. One is 6, and the other 2 are 3. They're going to be 4 October 30th. I was there, the day they were born. His mom told Isaac to come on up there to see the babies. Well, she knew that I would bring him. So I got to hold those newborns not long after they were born. It was so exciting. So the mom, just sweet, sweet lady. I really did like her. It was very tough. And I know there are some of you out there that have lost parents at a very young age, and it's been very hard for Isaac, as you can imagine, because he got here and he hadn't seen his mom in 6 years. And then after he'd been here for a little while, then he had that one sister that is his half sister. She was, I guess, 1 when he got here, because he's been here about 5 years. And then the twins came along not long after that, so he didn't get a whole lot of time to spend with his mom before one of the twins developed the cancerous tumor behind her eye, and that was a long ordeal. And then his mom had cancer, and they did her hysterectomy and thought everything was going to be okay. Went into her lungs, and she didn't last long after that. So it's hard. he didn't get to spend the time he wanted to with her. So, just, if you are a praying person, pray for Isaac and all goes well for him and his family, and that he makes the right decisions about what to do in the Marines. I just want the best for him. We're in a very small town, so there's really not much to do. I'm just so proud of him. He passed the written test. I mean, there's a written test that they have to take. And, yeah, it's in English. He learned English very quickly. He wanted to learn. And, yes, when he came up here, his mom paid several $1,000s to get him and his sister up here. And, yes, he was in one of the detention centers that's at the border. So he did everything that he was supposed to do, and so he told us about some of the things that happened on his trip up here. It's very fascinating to hear it firsthand about things. But he said that they rode up on a bus. Okay, we're talking about from Honduras up here to Texas, to the Texas border. And he said that banditos would stop the bus, but since he and his sister's mom had paid the money, and they call them coyotes, I think, the ones who drive them, bring them up here. I think that's what they're called. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've heard the whole story. But they would call the ones who hadn't paid. They were taken off the bus, and they were robbed. And I don't know if they were allowed back on the bus or not. Isaac doesn't really know. He just was not made to get off. And they would give him like sandwiches or something like that to eat. Nothing, big. So here he is. At the time he was, I guess, 12 years old. He turned 13 when he got, a couple months after he got here. So we're talking about, and his sister must have been, I think she's 3 years younger. So she would have been about 9. So just imagine taking that trip as a child, because the father stayed with his wife. They were pretty much denying the whole thing. I think a friend of the mother. Well, it's a long story. But anyway, when I think about what he's been through, I'm like, wow. And he smiles all the time. Everybody loves Isaac. I am going to have him be on. How many of you'd like to meet him? I've told him, he's asked me before, can I come be on your channel? I said, sure. I mean, he's 19. He can do what he wants. I said, we can sit and talk about whatever. And he said, he's so funny. He said, yeah, some of the pretty ones that watch your channel, they can write to me or something. He's just so funny. But he's always joking around. He plays the drums at his church, and he had never played the drums. He just got in there and started doing it. I mean, it was like he was blessed with his talent. So I've heard him. He's very good. I was just so impressed. But with all that has happened to him, he has not become sour. For a while, I was really worried about him. Really worried. And as well as you can imagine, it was tough there at the beginning, but he came through, and I'm just so proud. And I think he's going to do fantastic in the Marines. I really do. He will be a tribute to our country. He loves being here. He's been given another chance. So, okay. Yeah, we're coming along with the lavender color. Such a pretty color. Oh, and I had a very kind person comment last time, and I forget who it was because I forgot to look before I got on here. Yeah, smart here. But someone did comment, because the pillowcase, I believe, is 17 1/4 to 17 1/2 inches, and she told me that I would need probably a 16-inch pillow form to fit this. And Walmart carries tons of pillow forms, and Amazon carries them, Michael's, just anywhere. And they're not very expensive. So I'll be excited to get this done, get a pillow stuck in there, and see how it looks all finished. I'm excited about this. It's so pretty. The colors are beautiful. And I put some hand lotion on before I got on here. My hands were so dry, and my painting pen, I'm using my Star Wars one. I like these plastic tips. I do have them on my other pens too, but I have this one in here to work on with this one. And I've got a different pen with another one I'm working on. I'm working on a partial in the other room from CES Deals. I did finish my pink rose in the crystal vase or crystal bowl or whatever, and I'm going to order a frame, and I'm going to frame it and tell you what I thought about the kit. I have looked at the frames, and I think I've chosen the one I want. I'm thinking about getting a silver frame. It is this, oh, it's gorgeous. You talk about shine. I've never seen anything like it. You know, the red roses with a pomegranate had beautiful shine. Oh, but this one, the black even, it was a crystal, and it shines like it's unbelievable. Just gorgeous. So I need to get that ordered. I usually order my frames from either Walmart or Amazon because I get good prices on them. I cannot afford to do custom frames, so I will measure the piece that I'm going to frame, and this one's pretty close to 16 by 20. And what I'm going to do is get poster board and cut it to the size of the frame, and I will put double stick tape on the board and stick that piece to it so that it will fit any size frame I need. And I have, like I said in the last one, I have a couple others I need to frame, and I have some people saying, put some framing videos up, and I'm going to do that because I need to get those framed. But I thought, I want to work on this today. This is a pleasure to work on. And I am looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like. And I had several people telling me that they were wondering about these pillows and how the kits were, and the kits are fantastic, good quality. And then I've had some tell me that they have actually done some, and they were very pleased with the kits. They said even when they're not on sale, they're worth the price, and they really are. They're really, really nice. It's not like you're just getting a canvas. This is very nice material, and you just have to put a pillow frame in it. It's already got the zipper, everything you need is already there. It's just gorgeous. So let's see. Okay, moving right along here. I'm not going to talk too long. I know that you have other people that you want to watch, and that you probably have other things you need to do. But I do enjoy getting on here and chatting with you guys. One thing I can say about this, it's very easy to see these symbols. They're very, we're talking super clear. And it's very easy to place the drills. I'm not putting I usually have my parchment paper lower so I can go quicker, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I want to cover your eyes up. Let me cover your eyes so you can't see what I'm doing. Don't look anybody. Yeah. That would be a little silly, wouldn't it? If I covered up this and you're just looking at nothing. It's just very peaceful to it's peaceful just to watch someone putting these down. And I have been watching, there are some people that have started doing paint by numbers, and people are coloring, and I've been coloring, and I've had some people say they would like to see me do a coloring video, and I will be doing that at some point. I'm working on some pieces that I will show you before long. So it's just fun to do different things and create something. You think, I did that. But I'm thinking these pillows would make such a nice housewarming gift for, for someone's room, one of the rooms in their house that is more decorative, where kids and animals aren't going to be up there clawing at the drills. Because someone did ask, and I did say last time that I am not planning on sealing this. I don't want to cover up the shine on these, and I don't want to make it get sticky and stiff looking. And I've had people tell me, oh, use this, use that. I did a video on about 8 different products that I have used. I don't care what you use. It's going to do something to the shine. It may not be a lot, but for something like this, it also can leave a funky looking residue, and I don't want that on this. This is, to me, it's elegant. The material, it's like satiny, or it's just very, very soft. So I just would rather not. I mean, I guess I could hang it from the ceiling. What do you think how that would look? Have pillows hanging from the ceiling. At least if you bumped your head, it wouldn't hurt, would it? Boom, boom, boom. Woman, what you do with them pillows hanging from your ceiling? Well, I just like the way they look. Look how they shine. I can spin them round and round, and look how those drills just sparkle and spin. I mean, if I want to put it on if I want to hang it on the wall, I can do that. Nothing to say I can't put a pillow on the wall. Or wherever I want to put it. But I just, someone told me they were doing some koi fish, and I did see they do have more than the butterflies. I got mine at marymaxim.com, and they had more than just these butterflies. But someone was saying that if you go to michaels.com, and I think joanne's.com maybe, that they might have some on there. So I haven't looked there yet because I still have this one and the other one to do. So I want to do those first, see how they look, and I might get some more. I don't know. This might be a good thing to put on the walls when I start falling, tripping and falling. If I hit my head on the wall, it won't hurt. I have a pillow. Put on the edges of the tables. Yeah. Klutz. Grace the Klutz. She's got her room padded. Oh, you might as well laugh if you're a klutz. Laugh with them so that they're not laughing at you. And most people, sometimes it is funny. Now, if someone falls and hurt themselves, that's not funny. It really isn't. I think I have told the story when I was sitting on a top of a desk. I was teaching 3rd grade, I was sitting on top of one of the student desks. There was no one sitting there. And I had those grouped together. And so I had another desk behind it. So there was another desktop right behind it. Well, I had rearranged things the day before, and I forgot that I had moved the desk that was behind it. So, as I was talking to the kids, I started scooting back on the desk. Yes, exactly what you think happened. I fell off the back of the desk. So, yes, I was there one moment, and the next moment, I was gone. And I went, boop, flat on the floor. And my legs were probably sticking up. I don't remember. But the kids did not laugh, because at first they were like, oh my gosh, Miss Babcock fell. And they came and looked, and I said, I'm fine, I'm okay, everything's okay. Then they had a good laugh. I laughed with them. You might as well, it's better than crying. Yeah, I'm a real klutz. I trip over things that are not there, and then you know how you'll look, you look down to think, what did I just trip on? Nothing. Trip over my own feet. So, yeah, might as well laugh about it, because it's going to happen. Okay, let's see. I'm going to move this paper down just a tad, so I don't have to, well, if I can pick it up. There we go. I need to shake these a little bit, because some of them are upside down, and it does you no good when you pick them at the flat side. If the flat sides are up, there's no use picking it up, because you're going to put it on upside down, and you're going to have to take it off and do it again anyway. That round turtle top needs to be on, sticking up. You pick it up by its little turtle top. These little drills. They kind of remind me of pill bugs. Now, some people call them I always call them doodle bugs. When I was a kid, those little insects that you see and they curl up into a little ball, we call them doodle bugs. Now, some people call them pill bugs. I don't know if they have another name, but for me, it was always doodle bug. So when I hear people say pill bugs, I'm like, that's not what I called it as a child, but now I've heard it so many times that I know what they're talking about. If I was a kid, I would probably be going, what? What? A pill bug? What's that? Yeah, I remember my sister and I, okay, we didn't have a pet at the time, okay, so my dad always had a garden, okay, even when we lived in Houston, he had a garden somewhere, and he grew everything you can imagine, but he would grow corn, and there were these worms that would get into the corn, and there were little green worms, and my sister and I thought they were so cute. We got a plastic box, and we put them in there so that we could watch them crawl around. We'd put, corn husks and things in there for them. We let them go after a while, but we thought they were cute. When you're a kid, you sometimes do some things that are a little bit weird. Anybody else do that? Anybody else have pet insects? No roaches though. Oh, I've always can't do roaches. And I'm really not scared of spiders either. Now, I have a niece that if she sees a spider, even if it's the size of a pinpoint, she will go off. And I do mean off. It's somebody else that's come along and get rid of it. The only thing that really creeps me out are things like roaches and beetles with those legs, those little sticky, ooh, gosh, June bugs. Oh, I can't stand those bugs. My husband, this was before we were married, we were in college, and my sister my sister's 14 months younger than I am, so I think I might have been a sophomore and she was a freshman, and we were living at the dorm, and we'd come home on the weekends, and Jerry was, we were dating then. We became engaged in college, and we would just commute. Like we'd come home on Friday afternoons, and then on Sunday, we'd all ride back up there together. So, him thinking he's so funny and so cute, he caught a June bug, and he let it loose in the car. I guess we were all sitting in the front seat. I was in the middle, of course, and my sister was next to me, and I think we had stuff in the back seat. I don't remember, but we were all in the front. The next thing I know, I feel something just grotesque on my neck. You know, their legs are skinny and they feel like little tiny sticks. And I could feel something crawling on my neck. Yeah. I started screaming. Jerry's over there just laughing his head off, and my sister's going, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I got that thing pulled off of me, and I saw I was so mad. I mean, I threw it, and my sister started screaming. He finally pulled over, and we made him get that June bug and get it out of the car. We were not happy. That was not, no. He thought, oh, Jerry is a big prankster. He thought that was so funny. He did something similar to that to his brother. The only difference was he filled his brother's pillowcase. The pillow was in there, and then he filled the rest of it with June bugs. So yes, he was sleeping on his pillow, having a nice slumber, waking up to those little creepy, crawly legs crawling on his face and body. Ooh. Yeah, he and I can just see Jerry over there just laughing his head off. And I'm sure David, his brother, wasn't too happy. But those are the kinds of jokes Jerry would like to play. He can't get away with them as much now. I learned pretty quick. But he'll do things to other people. He'll come in and try to pull something on me. Most of the times I catch it before I get upset with him about something, because he'll tell me, oh, such and such, happened, blah, and before I can start really reacting to it. So I usually figure it out, and I'm like, it didn't happen. I can tell by the look on your face. So yeah, he really enjoyed that kind of stuff, and I guess it's one of the reasons I just can't. Well, I've always hated roaches. I cannot stand. And June bugs. No, none of those beetles. None of them. Those little legs. They're skinny, and they're stickly and prickly and just gross. Ugh. So, yeah, those are a couple of fun things that Jerry has done to me, my sister, and to his brother. And he's done a lot of other things that were just not very nice. I'm going to let you go. I know that you've probably listened to me long enough and ready to get off onto something else. But if you don't mind, just take a look at the Color Street nail strips. Yeah, looky there. And no, they don't. My fingers are fat and soft, so they do not look like a June bug leg or a roach's legs. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Anyway, I hope you're having a blessed day, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is, that you are having a wonderful day, and that you are enjoying whatever it is you're doing. Take care and be blessed. I love you guys. Bye.